Hey, Tami Jersey Roberts, functional nutrition counselor. I want to talk about sugar mastery. A lot of people have a big misconception that you don't need to think about your blood sugar unless you've been diagnosed with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes, but this is just not true. I didn't know this for years and years. I didn't know this, and it's just now becoming something that you're hearing more about. But I developed this program last year after 2 years of functional nutrition training, where I learned that you have to be sleeping, you have to be pooping, and your blood sugar needs to be in balance as a basic foundational trifecta to any good health and for reversing any chronic illnesses. But what I found was even better. I found that when you keep your blood sugar within a certain range, your body goes to a natural weight automatically. The extra weight just melts right off. And back when I was eating, bacon and cheese and meat all the time, a lot of meat and hardly any vegetables and maybe some fats. I ate some deep fried stuff and things like that, trans fats, which were not good. But I wasn't sleeping because I was starving and I wasn't pooping because I was eating so much cheese. And after 4-6 weeks, I wasn't even losing weight and I was exhausted. When my alarm clock went off in the morning, I could barely drag myself to the coffee pot where I'd make that bulletproof coffee, which I loved because it would just send a jolt of energy through me. And that was, I think, maybe the only way I got through the morning. And then by the afternoon, I was dragging again. Because our body needs carbohydrates. The carbohydrates are what convert to ATP to actually make energy in our cells. And if we are not getting enough carbohydrates or we're not getting the right carbohydrates, we're going to be exhausted. And so on the 28-day sugar mastery program, the first 2 weeks, what we do is just clear the muddy waters. We get all the processed gunk out, and it's just a basic clean eating 2 weeks. And with almost everyone, this will bring your blood sugar balance, your blood sugar levels into the lane of fat burning. If your blood sugar is too high, you're going to hold on to weight. If your blood sugar is too low, you're going to hold on to weight. So we find out what your ideal range is for losing weight in those first 14 days. And we get you there. We get you there so you can start dropping some pounds. The second 2 weeks, we are still clean eating, whole foods. I'm very much about bringing your nutrient levels to normal because whole foods are what we need to bring our nutrient levels normal. We have 76 different nutrients that we need. Some of them our body will make when we eat certain foods, and some of them are provided by the food. So I've created 4 weeks of menu plans, over 60 recipes, and all of that's designed to bring your body into balance where you're going to have balanced blood sugar. You're going to be in the fat burning lane of blood sugar mastery. You're going to start bringing all of the nutrients that you need into balance. And some people are going to need to supplement, but of course that's optional. And it's not going to always be the same nutrients. But if you are extremely nutrient deficient, suppose you've been starving yourself like I did on super low carb diets, you're probably going to be missing some of those nutrients like I was. And I had to supplement for a couple of months until the whole foods I was eating brought me back into balance. And now I'm healthy and thriving. I haven't been on any medication now. I had been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, fatty liver, sleep apnea. Oh, I can't think of anything else right now, but all of that's gone now. I'm healthy and thriving. I feel better than I ever have. And I'm not on any medications. Everything that I get is through the foods that I eat. It's just incredible, actually. And there are times when I do take certain supplements just to boost certain areas that maybe I feel like I'm a little bit low in. But anyway, back to Sugar Mastery, the 28-day program. The first 10 days, first 2 weeks, I should say, it only takes about 10 days usually to bring your blood sugar into this fat burning lane. We're going to find out what your fat burning lane is and the ways that you can stay there. So we'll be talking about stress, if you're overstressing, if you're overcarbing, or if you're actually overeating, eating too much. All those are going to knock you out of your lane. And I've had a couple people in Sugar Mastery that they're not eating enough, and that will drop you out of the fat burning lane. So your body gives you signals. You can learn during this program how to read the signals that your body is telling you of when you're out of your fat burning lane. You're either too high or you're too low. We all have those signals, and everyone's is different, but you're going to learn what yours is. So during the second 2 weeks, we find your unique carb tolerance. It was how many carbs that you should be eating 1 or 2 meals a day. We eat 3 times a day, and yes, we eat carbs at every meal. But I'm talking about the starchy fiber type carbs like quinoa, chickpeas, carrots, squash, the different starchy carbs, root vegetables, but sweet potatoes, things like that. So we're going to be learning and testing what your unique carb tolerance is. So you'll know the exact amount that you should be eating and which ones that your body can tolerate or not. And what the signals are that if you've eaten too much of those or if you haven't eaten enough of those, you're going to know what your body is telling you. So I just wanted to mention here that this is really being talked a lot about in the media right now. There's a lot of big companies that have come out with programs that are similar to this. But what they do is hook you up to a continuous glucose monitor. And you've got to buy a new reader every 2 weeks. The reader on it only lasts for 2 weeks. And to get you set up, they're charging anywhere between $400 and $1,200 of the ones that I've seen. But they're teaching you the same thing. And I feel, in my opinion, I would rather know what my body is telling me if my blood sugar is high or low out of the lane versus having to be hooked up to a subscription and something outside of me, because, everywhere I go, there I am. So I don't want to be dependent on an app and, paying a subscription every month for the rest of my life to know if I'm in the fat burning zone or not. It's just so simple to learn your body's signals. And that's what we're doing in the last 2 weeks. And you can do it with just your intuition, or if you want, it's optional to buy a glucose meter where you can actually take your blood sugar readings. And I teach you how to do that if you want to do that. Because in the morning, we want our blood sugar to be in a certain range. And then we don't want it to go way up over that during the day when we eat, or when we stress, or when we don't sleep. There's just several simple, basic things in the foundation that we need to get right. And that's what we're doing in this 28 days. Starting January 4th, I'm going to be doing it with you, but you can start anytime at sugarmastery.com. If you already have this book, because this book was on Amazon last year for $37, I believe it might still be on Amazon, but anyway, the book is all of the printouts from the course, all the recipes and that, but it doesn't have everything, and it doesn't have my support, which is, of course, what I think that it's too hard to figure out from just the book. In my opinion, you need the classes and the lessons that go with it for you to know exactly what's going on, because everyone has different blocks to their weight loss. And, I can look from the outside and be able to give you suggestions on what your major weight loss blocks are. And that's really the benefit of doing this done with you program with me starting on January 4th. I've down over 90 pounds from 10 years ago. And most of that's been lost in the last 2 years since I discovered this weight loss mastery, blood sugar mastery program. So if you want to start on January 4th, if you enroll at sugarmastery.com, you can start watching the videos now, and you can start downloading now. And part of that course fee, I'm going to actually mail you a copy of this book. If you already have this book, reach out to me if you want to start the course with us on January 4th as a group. And I'll let you know how you can get a $37 discount since you already have the book. But I'm looking forward to it. January 4th, we start 2022. So choose you in 2022. And if you have any questions, reach out to me in my Facebook group. Functional Medicine Blood Sugar Masters is the Facebook group. Tami Jersey Roberts. Thank you.